Alright, welcome back to the channel everybody. You see here we are at the walled city of Yardrow and we're going to Yuguewood, which means we're going to be taking on the samurais today. And if this is your first time with the video series, essentially we are doing a solo night challenge against all of these special encounters. Now, some rules we put in place are we're going to only be using equipment that is from either the main story or from the outfitters, the towns. So gear that comes from poaching or Midlight's Deep, that is off the table. Now, let's go ahead and get into the fight because I feel like we actually have a lot to talk about today on top of just the fight in general. So let's get started. Alright, that took a few times to get the samurais to spawn, but let's take a look at the samurais that we're going up against. We're going up 6 of them. No, 1, 2, 7. 7 samurais. Now, something one of you pointed out to me was you could see all of the abilities they have to them right here in this menu here. For me, it's my share button. I have a PS5 controller, but it lets you know right down below me. Actually, I'm in the way. Right there below me, view abilities, so T on keyboard. But you can see all the abilities they have available to them, and that'll also work if they have a secondary job skill set here. You could do the same thing here. I knew that you could do it from the job menu here, and this way you could see basically everything they have access to. But I didn't know if there was a way to see their secondary jobs, but you can do it right there in the abilities menu. And you can also do that for on your own screen when we go look at our knight a little bit later on. But the samurais here, physical damage, magical damage, that's what we need to account for. The physical side, a little bit more dangerous. You can see that their physical attack is at 13 and their magical attack is at 6. So the magical side, not too concerned about it, but if they swarm me, that's going to be a problem because then they're going to be able to hit me from range and then also from melee. So that can be dangerous. And then this guy also has counter. This one has counter. So they're able to do some damage back to me. Why do they do this? They give him a katana and then his support ability is brawler. Well, okay, thanks. Thanks, developers. That one doesn't make sense to me. Maybe if he had steel because brawler synergizes with steel, maybe that could make sense, but not when you don't give them that skill there. Bone Crusher, that can be dangerous there. Although we have to put them in a critical state. And then they'll dish out the unit's maximum HP. This could be dangerous actually for us. We need to watch out for Ronald McDonald here. Okay, so some of these guys, lots of cloaks. I think you know how we can beat them. Now, when it comes to our abilities, remember, we're not taking anything from the samurai. That's another restriction we put on ourselves. It actually would have been a cool idea if we did a knockout system with all these abilities. So, say in that first fight we went up against the monks, we took aim. After that fight, we can no longer take aim for the rest of the challenge, the series. But we're already a little in deep now as far as we've already used aim twice. We're not going to use it this time. Another thing I want to show off with this series here is just building your character out just slightly different for, again, similar results as far as consistently being able to find success, but again, just a little bit of a twist. Now, for our reaction ability, we're taking a secondary wise, we're taking martial arts. This is going to be a great way for us to heal ourselves, also give us the ability to do range damage. We're actually going to take, we're also going to take critical health recovery. Really showing off that knight-monk combination, which is a popular one, and it's really good. For our support ability, I don't want to take dual wield. We've shown that off enough, and I think we can get away without taking it in this fight. Now the thing is, we've used concentration a lot. This gives us 100% guaranteed hit when they have all those cloaks. This would be a smart pick. I want to change it up a bit. Maybe we show off one of the defenses. Yeah, let's take magic defense. Let's take magic defense. And then for our movement ability, we could go with teleport, really guarantee that we don't get surrounded. We could take life font as well. I call it life foot. I call it mana foot. It's font. As a kid, I didn't know what a font was. And the original translation was move up HP, move up MP. And the foot part just made sense to me because, you know, you're moving with your feet. So old habits as far as if you catch me saying foot instead of font. Let's take life font though. We're not going to be able to move very far with it, but we'll be getting like almost passive HP, which can pair really nicely here with critical recovery HP. So if they put us in the critical condition, we're going to get maximum health back. yeah, let's go with this setup here. As far as our equipment, we're gonna go with Save the Queen, give us permanent uptime with Protect. Shield wise, this still can be useful. We're gonna take the Crystal Shield, Helmet, Crystal Helmet. We're gonna take the Mirror Mail. The Reflect part of it, it's not gonna work against the samurais. Their Iaido samurai, their draw out katana magic abilities. You can't reflect that. Ooh, quick correction as well from last video. I talked about taking Mirror Mail against the arithmeticians. Against their magic, Reflect doesn't work. It's like the same thing as summoners, their summons. Reflect has no effect on summons or the arithmetician's magic. Which, you know, you wouldn't know off the top of your head sometimes because you don't really go up against too many arithmeticians, especially in the story. You don't go up against any, so you think it'd work, but no, it doesn't. It's just one of those things. But we're going to take a Mirror Mail there just for the HP because it gives us a little bit more than Crystal Mail. Now, as far as our accessory, Featherweave Cloak, this can be good. But we have Protect and we have our Shield, so that's going to help out against them using their Katana. I think I want to take the Bracers just for that extra raw physical damage. We still do need to kill them at the end of the day. So let's go with this setup here. A little bit different than last time. Actually, a lot different. We haven't used most of these abilities. So let's do that. Let's see how that goes.
To battle.
And another quick correction I want to make from last video. When I was talking about the arithmetician, how it's kind of like underwhelming, I was talking about the job itself, not the skill set that it has, because its skill set is amazing on like a black mage, summoner, white mage, fantastic, god tier. But the job itself, if you switch your character to the arithmetician, again, underwhelming, tedious, the values you get, not that great. So I wanted to make that distinction because I feel like a lot of people talk about the arithmetician being broken, but really it's just the skill set that's broken, not the actual job, and their stats not very good. Samurai here, kind of a similar story where their skill set is kind of weird on the job of the samurai because samurais use katanas, physical based, but their Iaido, their draw out katana abilities, those are based off of your magical stat. So samurais actually pair really well with a black mage. Now we got like what, 44 health there? That seems pretty decent. And we can't hit any of them just yet. We're gonna wait till they come in a little bit. How much is chakra gonna heal us for? 70. Not that much. But that'll do, I guess. That'll do. But samurais themselves, their magical attack, not so much worried about that, except for if I get surrounded, then that can be a problem because they can just continually do damage to me. I don't want to be surrounded. Just said that. Let's go ahead and see how much damage we do to them. 163, and they can also counter us. Let's hit them. Or try to. Oh. 54 damage. That all you got?
Come on.
All right then. I think we're good. As far as their physical attacks, maybe that was just a weak one. We'll check with the other samurai. What's this guy doing? 54 damage. Come on, samurais. That's the best you got? Oh. I will say though, on this battlefield here, you guys feel it? There's a oh wait, hang on. They're gonna use one of their samurai abilities. 57 damage.
I'll grow stronger yet.
Not so much worried about this damage from these guys, but as far as the battlefield vibe we're getting here, there's so much honor and respect among these two parties.
How's this?
It's beautiful. 86 damage. Okay. I think we'll be fine. Now, my health is getting whittled down, and you're like, uh-oh, you're in trouble there. But we have critical HP recovery. These guys are not going to be able to one-shot us. Oh, dog's making some noises. Hang on. I gotta go check the door. Ah, here's the culprit. I don't know if we've shown off the dog in the Final Fantasy Tactics series, but I figured we'd do it in like a Beastmaster run that we haven't started yet, but maybe a Beastmaster run. What do you think? Okay. Say hi to everybody. Okay. Say bye to everybody. See ya. Hopefully she stops barking, but you never know with a dog. Back to what I was saying here, which I don't remember. Oh, we're being whittled down, but they're not going to one-shot us, right? So that way, that critical HP recovery, a really high chance that it's going to proc, and we're going to be completely fine as far as our health. And we're also getting a little bit of passive health back with Life Font there, which might be a little bit of overkill. 1 down, 6 to go. But yeah, life, how much this one does, hang on. 67. Man, they're just not doing as much damage as I thought they were going to be doing. 38. That's not going to cut it. Let's see if they can get us to a critical state. Just blocking naturally with our shield.
Hopeless.
Bingo. Bongo. It's over for them. They're not going to be able to one-shot me. Even if they get a critical with their... I don't know. Can the draw-out katanas, can those crit? I think those can. I think I remember Elmdor critting us with... or has the potential to crit us with them. But even then, I don't think they can one-shot us. Yeah, I'm not so worried about this fight. I was scared about this fight because of this right here. See how many shots they're getting off on us? I thought they were going to be doing like in the hundreds with all of it, and it's less than that. Kind of a joke. We're getting a little bit of health back. Let's see how much damage Aura Blast would do. Not much. We're still just better off hitting them with our sword. Huh. We didn't really need to take a secondary job for this video. Oh, you know what we should have done? We'll do it next time. Pairing Knight with just the Squire fundament abilities and then using Focus. Or does it accumulate in this version? Anyways, that gives us +1 to our... I'm gonna be talking, and then they're just gonna end up killing me without me noticing. Now there is a chance that our critical HP recovery will not pop off, because again, it's based off our bravery there. Our bravery is 97, so I think it has like a 3% chance of not working. That can happen, so we're not completely safe. There's another one down, and thankfully these guys don't have a way to res each other. Unlike the arithmeticians, who that's basically all they were doing, was just picking each other up, which was very annoying. These guys can't do that. Turning in the chest. I'm just making sure that when I'm going in autopilot mode and talking, that these guys just don't all of a sudden get a huge hit off on us. Ooh, we do need to watch out for Ronald there. So we got slow there. So that effect, not the greatest for us, but again, not the worst. And they're breaking their katanas at the same time. I'm not sure how many the AI, like how many katanas they have in their inventory. I want to say it's probably like 99. I feel like the developers would do that. And his broke too. I'm wondering if we should have taken... So HP recovery, that's really good. I'm thinking what else we could have paired to really make sure that we're safe with our health. I think, oh, Auto Potion. Auto Potion would have cleaned, like that, we would have been so safe with Auto Potion in this fight. But we've done Auto Potion enough. Ooh, look at that damage. Nice. We need to watch out for Ronald. Because of Bone Crusher. That can do a lot of damage to us. And we've already have slow come off of us. Okay. Whew. Sorry, I go quiet when they're doing all their katana moves, because I'm just expecting one of them just to absolutely one-shot us. Now we could take out either this one or the one that's already critical over there. And we're just gonna chop them all down. So finally, the debate between samurai versus knight. This has been a huge YouTube topic for generations now about which is better back in historical times. And I think this is video proof that the knight guys a little bit better than the samurai. I'm kidding, by the way. Sort of. In some sense. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's in real historical times, samurai versus the knight, which would win? I don't think they ever really came up against each other. I don't know. I have no idea. I have a feeling it would be the knight just because of their armor. Have you guys seen how hard it is, or how difficult it was to basically kill a knight back in the day with like the sort of weapons they had? It was like a mace where you just literally just tire each other out and you start cracking each other open like a clam. Nuts. I'm not sure how a samurai would deal with that. I don't know. You guys let me know. Back to the topic at hand though, which is Final Fantasy Tactics. These guys are not going to be able to do enough damage to us. And eventually, we could go get that crystal. Oh, they can run away from us too. That's not great either for us, because we are very slow. There we go. We're slowly just whittling them down. This is kind of how, like, I would say typical knight build, or like when people think about knight, this is what they think of. slow, bad movement, but really tanky, and then when they get up into your face, devastating. And as soon as we take out, or we get this last one in critical state, is this Ronald? No, it's Richard. I love how they have names. There's Ronald over there. Need to be careful with Ronald. He can kill us. God, we're gonna get to the end of the fight. I'm gonna forget about Ronald there, and he's gonna one-tap us. Nice. Okay, so this one I think we have in the bag. I was really worried about this fight in general, but seeing the damage that they're doing, that puts my mind at ease. Now, I think next up, we'll do the ninjas. The ninjas are a different story because they have the dual wield. And both of those can crit. And their physical attack stat is high on ninja. So that's going to be dangerous. Samurais here, this was actually a lot easier than I thought. I'm wondering if Monk, the one that we opened up with, that is going to be the hardest in this series. But there's also a couple of monster fights that can be very dangerous. Oh, I got a 60% chance. I need to get to this before they do. Sweet. I'm gonna take the health. One, to make sure that they don't get it. And then to have ourselves topped off as well, especially in case we miss against Ronald there. He's dead. Okay, last one. You and me, Ronald. So, last guy here, and he's done. Oof, okay. That was much easier than I thought it was going to be. We didn't have, like, against arithmeticians, they weren't just, like, rezzing each other all the time. And they were just, like, more of a straightforward fight, and they didn't put up too much of a fight this time around. Okay. Samurais. Thought it was going to be really hard, guys. Actually, turns out it was pretty easy. Next up, I think we will cover the ninja fight, which that one I'm scared at just because base ninja is one of the best jobs in the game, hands down. High speed, dual wield, physical attackers, kind of a glass cannon. So maybe we need to really ensure that we're hitting them. I feel like that's what we'll do going into that fight. Samurais though, let's just cap off the video with final thoughts on samurais. Their abilities, their draw out abilities, really good on spellcasters like, again, black mage, white mage, summoner, something like that. Really good again with them. Pairing them with a physical attack dealer like a monk, knight, or a ninja. Some of them are good, like the Kairomori, where you get your protect and shell. That's just universally good. That's a great way to get that those two buffs on a target and your party around you because it's an AoE. But other than that, yeah, samurai's kind of a weird job just in general. They don't have as much health as like a monk, and they don't really do as much physical attack damage as you would think. So kind of sitting like the middle of the road as far as a job in my book. But I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts on the samurai. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace and take care.